Yo, what is going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another stock video. I know it doesn't seem long since I filmed one of these, a couple of days in fact. However, another collection has come through the door. I'm very excited about it, as I always am. The collector in me just comes out, and I'm excited to share these with you. So without further ado, let's flip this around and let's take a little look. So yeah, we've got a wide selection of models here, mostly dinky and French dinky. Now, I'm an honest kind of guy, honest toy dealer as well. I will say the majority of these have been restored or turned into code 3 items. Now, for anyone that doesn't know what a code 3 item is, basically is something that was made in, a different color to what the manufacturer might have made it in, or they've customized it in such a way, like this little, what are we saying, whiskey or beer barrels on the back of that. But this guy truck, it's beautiful. To be fair, whoever restored these models has done a pretty well job. These are going to display well, because as I've always said in the 15 years of toy dealing, not everyone cares about an original model. Not everyone cares about it being in mint condition or it having a box. These are perfect shelf fillers. These are going to be cheap. Worldwide combined postage is available. And in all fairness, how cute are some of these? This is normally in the green color that you see it, the little telephone van. But in the blue with the black arches on there, I think that's great. Even the bases have been put back on with good rivets. Stunning little condition, some of these. Now, I noticed this guy front over here. There we are, another code 3, for example. This is normally the flat-fronted guy you normally see on the flatbed, don't you? Or you do see it sometimes with the ketchup one, which is a very, very expensive model. But restored by Morris. Morris, did you restore all of these models? That's what I'm curious about. Because the condition-wise, brilliant. Now, if it's a repaint, for the most part, I will just sell it as spares or repairs, or I won't bother buying it just because it's been done badly. But as you can see, looking around some of this stuff, now these are original, we'll get back to those. But as you can see, they've been done in such a good way. Look at that, beautiful. And now, there are some dealers out there, which is a little bit naughty, that would try and pass some of these off if they are in the original colours, as original, which I don't believe in. But like this had a price tag on it for £45. This little French dinky truck, restored as well, mind, £45, which is a bit crazy. So a lot of this stuff is going to be like 10, 15, the odd one, 20, 25, the trucks. So, there's going to be some bargains here. But yeah, I just wanted to share them with you. So don't hate on me for having some restored models. At the end of the day, it's great stocking fillers, I always call this type of stuff. And some of the models, to be fair, like the French stuff, it's a hard thing to find. The base has been kept original now. That looks just been done without the base coming off, in all fairness. Yeah, that's quite nice, actually. Now, this is completely different as I'm going through this, because normally I'm chatting about, look at the condition, this is original. So stick with me. I'm finding my feet. We're working through this together, right? So the little van down here as well, normally the Kodak, but it's done with a little Meccano livery on there. Some license plates added, or some number plates, depending on where you are. That's quite nice, actually. Like some of these, like looking at this, I'm wondering, is that just original that's had new decals on it? It is actually kind of hard to tell. But just to be safe and sorry, I will sell it as a repaint. But yeah, we'll go through the rows anyway. And let's have a look. We had a little bit of a taxi collection going on over here, which are quite nice. Lovely examples. You can see various different ones. We got this here too, the Vauxhall Cresta done in like the little, well, would you say that's a taxi colour, or that could be, I don't know. Let's say a CID. Was CID police around when that was out? But the bus is original. It's the Woolworths one, so one you don't see as often. Mostly it's the Queen Jubilee in it, in that livery. But we got a little Bedford van there. We've got a mechanical Austin A40, original model with a bit of overpaint in places, which is a bit of a shame. Now, you might be able to get that off with a bit of nail varnish remover. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to sell it quite cheap as it is and give you the opportunity to do what you would like with it. But yeah, the Hillman is completely original. That's a nice example there in the green with the green hubs. The Austin Atlantic. Love this. I actually explored an abandoned car graveyard with one of these in it not long ago. And I was just, this dinky version was completely in my head. Obviously, the pink, I do like this. But the black, I think, wears it better. It's just, what you would see it more on the road, I guess. If and when you do see them. 252 Rover with the Transalite. You just see it working there, which basically the light bounces in through the rear parcel shelf. Gets transferred there, and when you cover it, you can flash the lights. Quite a little neat feature. Now, the Studebaker, look at the condition on that. That is gorgeous is what that is. Completely original, as is the box. Let's move those out of the way. They're the two most valuable ones. I don't want to knock them over and get some paint chips on them. Now, the Ford Mustang. What another stunning original example. That's very nice indeed. I can't imagine that's one that's going to be around long. Great model. And we got a little French Dinky Citroen here. Need a tyre on the back, but aside from that, it's all good. Now, I learned a little trick, right, with some of these, because a lot of people struggle to get tyres on when you can't even get them on properly. Now, some people will try and prise that open there to squeeze a tyre on. And do you know what I learned over the years, which works well? Cut a tyre, because it's going to stand out being different to the rest of these unless you're changing all of them. But you can cut the tyre and glue the tyre back on. And sometimes you do it neat enough, you can't even tell. But I will always obviously say that in the descriptions, because I'm not one of those people. But the Volkswagen Carmen Gear, I'm a Volkswagen man, so I'm always going to get excited about it. That's a nice model there. Then we've got another French one here. This is cool as well, look. It looks like when they were putting the rivet on there, it was just misaligned in the mold, look. And it's actually done a little scratch and engrave there before they've moved it over to the correct place. Now, that might put some people off. I'm in the majority who sees that as, ooh, that's different. I like that. But I am that way. Can't help it. The B&W Fraser Nash original model. Nice example. And then we've got another French one here. This is quite nice too. Really nice example. I love anything in a wagon or a state car. I think they do look great. So yeah, back row then. We've looked at some of these already. But look, the condition on these as well. I know they've been restored, right? But not the condition. Wrong word, sorry. The quality is quite nice. It is really nice, actually. There's nothing worse when you see a restored vehicle and it's done badly. Like these are done very nice. The little license plates on them too. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. Little taxi there. That actually looks original and maybe a bit of overpaint into the black. We'll have a good look at it. But yeah, you can see on the running board there. So original with a bit of overpaint. We've got the Beetle there. We've got the Sunbeam. We've got some lovely stuff in all fairness. Now this was another one. I was looking at it and I'm like, is this being restored? Is it original? But then you go a bit closer and you can see, yeah, the rivets have been painted black. The base has been painted black. That's what I was thinking to myself. Has it just been done that? But the biggest thing I'm thinking is when this has been sprayed, if it hasn't been primed properly, or hasn't got enough coats over it, I think the paint just runs off raised edges like that. And I think that's the biggest giveaway. Like, I'm just giving all my tricks away here, but that's why I would say that's being restored, simply because of the way the paint is sat on there. Because it doesn't look like it's been worn down. It just looks like it's run down. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but I'm honest. We've got the Rover. We've got the Shoebox Ford. We've got some lovely stuff here. This is quite cute as well, though. I like this just because of the driver in there. Because normally you see it in like a competition mode, don't you? But look at that. With the red, white tyres. Nice little model. I said for like £10, £15, you can't go wrong for some of these. Some earlier ones here, French one. The Lincoln Zephyr as well, I quite like in that colour. Almost matches my jumper I'm wearing too. But yeah, that wears it quite well. Nice, I like that. Another French one here too. The Ford Vedette. It's not stuff that you often see. So even in the restored, it's, you know, I'm all right with it. I can roll with it. But yeah, a couple of these are all done in little liveries like Hornby Trains, Royal Mail. This is quite nice as well. Toffee. The Bedford wears the little brown sides very well too. We've got a little, what looks like fuel box on there added or something. A little battery box, I'm not quite sure. The guide trucks here, the Leyland. But yeah, and that's nice as well. Done with police livery. That just looks like straight up Heartbeat is what that looks like. If you don't know what Heartbeat was, it was a TV show that was in the 90s, early 2000s. Set in the 1960s up in Yorkshire. But boys and girls, that's a little look at this collection. So thank you for tuning into this. It's always amazing to share all this with you back home. Obviously, you're watching me for the abandoned stuff. My apologies. I said you haven't got to watch these toy videos. Just stick to the abandoned stuff. But you might enjoy it. You never know. But yeah, that was a little bit of a learning curve for me as well. Not so much regarding the models, but filming it, almost presenting it in a way. Because I all do the original ones, it's very easy to talk about them. But when it's like restored and different like that, it is like completely ripping that band-aid off, starting again. So if it's come across a bit different to normal, I do apologize about that. But I'm honest, you know, I'm just straight up, I say it as it is always. Don't forget, all of these are available on the eBay store. Worldwide combined postage is available. But boys and girls, until next time, happy collecting. And I shall see you all very, very soon. Boosh. Ta-ra now.